Okay, so this is part 2 of my Game Freak rant. Apparently it caps out, the YouTube video upload thing caps out at 15 minutes. I still got more ranting to do. Anyway, if I recall what I was looking at for my last rant, part of the rant, there's certain Pokemon, there's like 20 Pokemon, in the Pokedex that you can't get unless you are at a specific event, and that's really lame. I'd be totally fine with having to go through some massive, gigantic, battle-y, questy thing, but you just can't. And so, it gets to the point where you have to trade with people online, and they're pretty ridiculous about what they want in response, and it's just really lame. I want something better than the fact that, oh, they're uber rare, you can only get them from us. I want that fixed. I lost kind of fire with it because I talked for a minute or two before I realized that it was, not working. Anyway, uber rares, make them not so. Okay. Going along with the computer thing I was talking about earlier, first of all, the name Someone's PC, that's gotten pretty old. That was cool in the first game, then you learned it was Bill, and you're like, oh, and then it was Bill's PC, and that was kind of cool, but we've done it a couple times already. That's gotten old. And so, I would prefer if we just, came up with a name, like call it the Pokemon Storage System. Or, come up with a good name that'll stick, that doesn't matter who made it. Because I'm like 100 hours into Pokemon Black, and I still don't know whose box it is. All I know is I'm using it. And I would love some, like, programming options on, the Pokemon Storage System. Being able to say that this is the box. When I catch a new Pokemon, I want it to come here. And then I'll have a box where it's just like inbox of where Pokemon come in. And then, maybe sort of, I don't know. I've kind of, like, some of the menus recently of Pokemon Black and Pokemon Gold, they're kind of cool. I really like being able to touch and move things around. But, a lot of it's just not as intuitive as it could be. And so I think the people designing it need to play around with it a lot more and have that part of it, really, really tested for intuitiveness. Because we're close. We're close to a perfect system. We're just not quite there yet. And we could be. That's the thing. We could be there, but we're not. So I really want that to be a perfect system. Because it's really good so far. We're just not quite there yet. The Pokedex is also getting there. Item menus. I really love in Pokemon Black being able to have a quick list of 5 things to be able to jump to. That's really cool. I love it. In fact, in regards to menus and stuff in Pokemon Black, I'm really impressed with a lot of the things that you have. Like, the only thing that I really miss is a Poketech, the Poketch, whatever, however you pronounced it, that app thing from Pokemon Diamond. We're able to, have a glance down at your screen and see, how many steps you've walked, because that was awesome, and how the Pokemon in your party are doing. There were a lot of very good apps in there that were very useful. And, honestly, something like being able to write your own apps for the Pokemon game, that'd be cool too. I know that'd be, like, hard, or, like, kind of useless, but I would love to be able to say, you know what, display for me how healthy my Pokemon is, and what level he's at, or experience bar, whatever. I don't know, something. There were a couple of cool things that you could put in there, and I was really impressed with the apps. There were a couple that I used. A little bit better menu would have been pretty sweet on, which apps are displayed. But, anyway, computers could be better. Item number 9 is probably the most game-changing out of everything I've said so far, and that is trainer survival. Listen, in the game, I'm a human being. We're not worthless. We can climb things, we can swim, we can walk through grass by ourselves. There should be an option to not have Pokemon with you. Because I think that'd be really cool to be able to, like, walk around and it pretty much be like safari mode all the time. And, maybe you can get, you find an item, from some quest thingy, a key item that's like swimsuit, and suddenly you're able to swim in the water. Just like all those swimmers that we fight that suddenly have Pokemon. Being able to do that without a Pokemon would be awesome. I mean, sure, make some water where you can't do that, but, you know, have options to be able to walk around without Pokemon, to be able to, you know, after you lose a battle, sure, your Pokemon are knocked out, but before having to give up money, well, I guess give up prize money in the battle, but before, you know, losing half your money, walk around a little bit, and if you suddenly have to call like an ambulance or something, or a police copter to come and pick you out, that's when you lose half your money, paying for that. I don't know. I'm just spouting ideas. I would love for my trainer to be able to walk around and not have to rely 100% on Pokemon. As much as I love them, it's really annoying when you have to carry around somebody who knows Cut. Yeah. The HM things. Okay, TMs have been fixed. I like the fact that we don't get rid of TMs anymore in Pokemon Black. The fact that there are still HMs is really stupid. HMs from the beginning, you know, I kind of understood in the beginning of the games why they were needed, but now that we're further along, I don't think we need them anymore. Some Pokemon can swim. Just make it one of their default abilities that they can swim. Or make it so that the trainer needs to learn how to swim or something like that. I don't know. But I'm really unimpressed with HMs. I think those should be gotten rid of. Yeah. Finally, number 10, the stories in general, you know, I don't think they're as awesome as they could be. At least, this stems from Pokemon Black. Pokemon Black had a pretty stupid story. Yeah, it really did. It could have been much better. That's the thing that makes me really sad about Pokemon Black, is it was parts of it were really, really good, and then parts of it were really, really stupid. And that's all there really is to say. I think you guys need to work on your stories a little bit. I think you need to have people play around with the menus. I think you need to have, you know, beta testers. Honestly, that's what you need. You need a couple of people who you trust, who have played Pokemon for a while, you know, and not just people in the design crew, but people who can just walk around and say, you know what would be awesome? If I could, you know, have the menu work like this, or, you know, this or that, or whatever. I don't know. But, honestly, I think the stories need fixed. I think a little bit more effort. You know, not just making it friendly to children, not just making it, you know, Pokemon. I think a little bit more work needs to be put in before it can be, you know, get the gold, as opposed to the bronze, where I think it, maybe silver. Bronze or silver. It's one of those. But, you know, we're close. Pokemon is an amazing game. I've bought, you know, a version of it every time. You know, I'm not the first person in line. I normally wait a little bit. But that's because I'm playing the older games. Because I like them. Because they were good. And they're still good. So I am a Poke fan. I'm a Pokemon fan for life. We just need to step it up. And we can make it perfect. So this is mattwandcow saying, thank you, Game Freak and Nintendo, for Pokemon. I hope that it can get better, I guess. This ending of this video isn't as good as the rants in the middle, I don't think. But, you know, I would love to hear, viewers, what you guys think of Pokemon. And I would love to, you know, if any Game Freaker wants to respond to this video, that'd be great. You know, I'm totally, you know, I understand where a lot of it comes from. This is just my being, you know, having Pokemon games for 12 years. This is what I would love to see. So, anyway, this is mattwandcow signing off and saying, peace out.